Oh shit.
I'm back, baby. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Warframe. My name is llBonkll, and I'm just so happy everyone has been loving my previous Warframe videos. They're doing insanely well, and all the support is beyond appreciated, so thank you, everyone. And I figured since you guys got me to 100 subs while I wasn't even posting, which is nuts to me, I had to give back and make more content for you guys that I hope you continue to enjoy. Now that all that sappy BS is done with, let's get into what we're actually talking about today. Kuva Liches and Sisters of Parvos. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn or some shit, and get ready for the full Kuva Lich and Sisters of Parvos guide. Let's start off with our good buddies, the Kuva Liches. For those of you that's watched the beginner's guide I made earlier this year, hopefully you were able to finish most of, if not all of your star chart and a lot of your story quests, and you're ready to start amping up your loadout. That goes for those who didn't watch the video as well if that wasn't obvious, as long as you're really ready to get your Tenno to the next level. What are Kuva Liches, you may ask? Well, let your good buddy llBonkll get you in the know. Liches are powerful Grineer bosses that will reward your efforts, and trust me, it's an effort, with a very powerful weapon that can take you into the endgame content of Warframe, shredding endless baddies to your heart's desire. Although requiring a semi-lengthy process to complete the Lich, it's well worth it. To start, you want to head over to Cassini on Saturn. Once there, you run through the normal mission, killing enemies until you see a flash of red. Although not guaranteed, this mission in particular seems to have a better spawn rate for the thing you want. If you see this flash, it means you've spawned a Kuva Lich, and you need to keep running through the mission until you spot a Grineer enemy with a mark above their head. That's the guy you want. Shoot him down. After he's downed, you'll have the chance to execute him with your Parazon. But before that, it will show what weapon your boss will reward above their head once defeated. There's plenty of good ones, and you can always not execute this guy and rerun the mission if you want to get a different one. But for simplicity's sake in this guide, we'll pretend you don't care what weapon you want. So you want to execute that lad with your Parazon and get the journey for your powerful weapon started. After the execution, complete the mission and head back to your ship. There your Lich will introduce themselves, and from there you want to hit escape and open your menu. In the bottom right corner there will be a Lich symbol to click. Here you can view all the important info on your Lich, including what weapon your element will be and what % of the element damage is on that weapon. This % can be between 25 and 60%. The element % is random, but the element itself depends entirely on what Warframe you are using, so if you want a certain Amphira, you can just use the right Warframe to spawn what Amphira you want when you farm. I will show a chart list of what Warframes spawn what elements, as well as which ones spawn which Amphiras, so that you can make the choice you want when the time comes. Now you want to look to the right of the Lich in the same screen. There will be 3 distinct sections we will go over, starting at the bottom. It will make sense, I promise. There will be known Requiems. Requiems are mods that you equip to your Parazon in order to defeat the Lich. You should see the space underneath is empty, as you haven't uncovered any of your Lich's Requiems yet. In order to uncover what symbols you need, you will have to head over to your star chart and look for the planet with the red hue covering it. If you see that, head down to one of the missions on the planet that have a Kuva Lich mission alternative and that are higher level, and head down. In these missions, you will have to execute all the Kuva you find that will be marked with the same symbol of the larva you killed earlier to begin your Lich. After every execution, a circle will begin to fill up. Each circle filled up will reveal one of your murmurs and the correct Requiem mod that you need. Although keep in mind, when you equip these mods on your Parazon, they will not be shown in the correct order every time in the Requiem known screen. While uncovering your Requiems, your Kuva Lich boss might spawn in. Don't worry, you don't have to panic. Most importantly, if your loadout isn't that great yet, do not, I repeat, do not execute your Lich. As if you attempt this with the incorrect Parazon Requiem mods, your Kuva Lich will teleport away and level, moving to a new planet, becoming exponentially stronger. If you continue to mess up this order, maxing out at level 5. Don't get me wrong, there's a good chance your Lich will level up once you know the right mods, because you still need to figure out the correct order, and the only way to do that is to test. And this is where we move back to the Kuva Lich screen from earlier. At the top, it will show your equipped Requiem mods. We'll go over what those are and how to get them in a second. And in the middle, it will show your previous execution attempts on the boss, in case you forgot which mod combos you've already attempted. Okay, so how do you actually get these mods? Well, firstly, you're going to want to head into either Kuva Siphons or Floods. You can find these in the top right of your star chart in the alerts section. These missions will reward Requiem relics. These relics contain the mods that you want, as well as other things that are helpful, such as Ribbon Sliver. Then, once you've gotten a few, head back to your star chart and go to the relics screen in the top right and look for the Requiem specific ones, and head into that mission. Hopefully someone in your squad's relic will drop a mod, and maybe even the one you need. But don't worry, there's one other way you can get Requiem relics to drop. But not really drop per se. Type in chat to your clan or whatever and say, hey man, I've got this Requiem mod. I need that Requiem mod. Anybody want to trade? And most of the time, somebody will be in the opposite boat as you and need the mod that you have. So, you'll get the trade, easy peasy. This is probably also a good time to mention that I've seen all of your comments on the beginner's guide wanting to get into my old clan I was in. I'm sorry to say I'm not in that anymore. I've started a new clan and anyone is welcome to join. It's called Aviator Legion. Yeah, I mean the name is it's meh. And as I've only ever run one successful video game clan before, and it was in Clash Royale, I'm looking for some people to help me get it off its feet. So if clan leadership role interests you, or just being in the clan in general, leave a comment and I'll get you in. Okay, get back to the video already, I hear you saying. Okay, you've got your mods, and you know how to find out what ones you need, and you're ready to figure out the order. It's easy, just guess. That's it, just try different combos of the 3 you're told are correct until you get the right order. Then bam, the Lich is dead. Kidding, there's one more step. After successfully killing your boss within the planet missions, you have to head over to the Railjack map Saturn Proxima. Yeah, I know, ew, Railjack. But it's fine. You don't need a ship that's crazy, or even a crew or upgraded mods. It's very simple. Head into the mission on public preferably so you have a team, and complete the Railjack task of destroying ships or whatever until you get to the part where you board the big boy ship. Once inside, it will cycle through all of your team's liches, letting you once again shoot down and finish off each of them. Once downed, they will have 2 options for execution. Converting, allowing you to trade this weapon in Amphira to another player, or if you keep it and don't trade it, the Lich will help in missions sometimes, spawning in. They can also be like a crewmate on your Railjack, but like fuck Railjack, lol. Or there's an option to kill, which is actually how you get your gun. So if you're wanting to get that gun, do not convert. You need to finish it off and get the kill. Once you complete this mission, head over to your foundry, and if you killed the guy, boom, weapon is right there. It might say it requires an MR higher than your own, but it actually doesn't matter at all, and you can just claim it anyway. Congratulations, you've gotten your first Kuva weapon. Happy hunting. Part 2, Sisters of Parvos. To begin, you're going to want to make sure you've completed the Call of Temstari and War Within quest lines. Once those are completed, you'll be able to spawn a Sister of Parvos. To obtain and defeat a Sister of Parvos is very similar to how you completed the Kuva Lich previously. The first difference is how to spawn your candidate, what the thing is that you execute to start the sister is called in this. This time, you want to head over to a Corpus ship tile set at level 30 or higher. Once inside the mission, you will have to use a Grainum Void token, any tier token works, at the big golden hand and enter the Grainum Void. Complete the minimum OBJ at least inside the Void. If you're having trouble with this, throw on the Warframe Mesa and spin in circles. After you complete your Void, exit back and finish the mission. If a sister spawns during the mission, you will see a mark above the candidate's head similar to the Kuva having a symbol. Shoot them down once again and check out which tenant weapon you're going to acquire. Mercy kill this candidate and continue on completing the mission. Okay, back to your ship. Get ready, this next part is crazy. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just do the same thing you did to open your Kuva screen, but instead it'll be a blue box in the bottom right once you hit escape. Here, you will once again see your weapon, sister's name, and what element and percent will be on your gun. Your sister model in the middle may also have an Amphira, and if you got one, you're really lucky because most of the sister Amphiras look really cool. On the right, you'll once again see all the Requiem sections as this part of the sister is almost exactly like the Lich. These mods will be the same type that you used before, but to reveal the correct ones this time, you will need to head back to the planet with a hue and run through the sister alternate missions, parazoning the hounds until you've revealed your murmurs. Your sister will spawn sometimes during your mission, similar to the Lich, but once again, you don't have to attempt to kill it. Just keep downing your sister's first health bar without mercy killing it, and eventually it will despawn. Keep on going like you did with your Lich until you finally guessed the correct order and sent your sister to the Railjack map. So head over to your Proxima map and enter the Sister of Parvos confrontation. Same thing as the Lich final. Just run through, get them all with your team, choose to keep or kill, then boom, head back to your ship. And you will not only have your weapon ready in the foundry if you killed them, but also a new robot dog pet that isn't really that great. But if you're doing average missions, he won't be useless. There you go, you got a tenant weapon. There's just a few more important things I want to mention. First, when you finally get your symbols correct, that mission's end screen might reward you with an item called a Requiem Ultimatum. This item is useful for your next Lich or Sister that you do, as it will guarantee that your boss spawns within the mission you use it in, allowing you to easily move on once you've figured out the Requiem symbol order. Next important thing I want to mention is Tenant and Kuva weapon fusion. This gives you the ability to increase the previous element percent on your gun to the higher level. To do this, you need to obtain a duplicate weapon of the one that you already had with the exact same element you already had. Once you've got it, head into your mod screen on that weapon and do the fusion. This is well worth it if you're liking one gun more than the others. The last thing I want to mention is when you form a Tenant and Kuva weapons, their max level increases by 2, capping out at level 40. And that comes along with the actual use of the Forma. That still works, giving you that extra mod space of having things. This allows your weapons to become exponentially more powerful than so many others in the game. Well, guys, that pretty much covers what Liches and Sisters are all about. The only other thing I want to mention is what weapons you should go after, as they outclass the others in the harder content. For the Kuva bosses, look for the secondary called the Kuva Nukor and the primary called the Kuva Tsar. For Sisters of Parvos, I personally love the Archiplasmor shotgun, and I fully recommend getting a good one. As for the elements, most are decent, but there is a few you should avoid. These include Radiation, Toxin, and Impact. Kinda magnetic, but that one is like on the edge in my opinion. Although, if these are the ones you want, nothing is stopping you from getting these elements. Go for it. Alright everybody, that's the Master Kuva Lich and Sisters of Parvos guide. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if it's been helpful, and maybe perhaps even share it with a friend. And thank you again everyone for 100 subs and all the support on my previous Warframe videos. Shout out to this guy, cause when he commented I knew it was finally time to return. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.